Hello, everybody, back again, and how are you today? Hope you're well. Um, Basically, after 4 weeks of Trial of Time Lord, the mysterious planet had wrapped up. The Doctor knew something was wrong, something was off. He didn't know where Perry was, and he had no memory of how he ended up being taken out of time and space in the bout of amnesia. The story itself wasn't very good for Mysterious Planet, so fans must have been concerned at this point in time. Needless to say, Mindwarp come along, and it's on this beautiful season 23 box set. And personally, I love Mindwarp. I think it's brilliant. Okay, it's Trial of Time Lord parts 5 to 8, but it's gone out under the title of Mindwarp, or as its production title. Oh, pardon me, that was rude. Yeah, I love Mindwarp. Basically, it's Philip Martin. He's back. He's writing a new story. I think it's his best Doctor Who script. A lot better than Vengeance on Varos. Syl is back. And it takes place on his home world of Phoros Beta. It starts as the Doctor and Perry have just finished an off-screen adventure. They've defeated a warlord, and we want to know where he's got his weapons from. So we go to Phoros Beta. And you have the first hint of Doctor being quite manipulative in part one, where he doesn't tell Perry what homeworld is, or what the homeworld is, or who lives there, and all that lot. And Perry doesn't. She berates him for it, and then meets Syl, and all sorts of things go wrong. Basically, part one is the only episode that can be taken as seen as what the Doctor remembers. Once they underestimate Syl, the Doctor undergoes basically a mind warp. He gets his mind probed, and he becomes basically an evil son of a bastard. Basically, he tortures Perry at one point. He betrays all of his friends. He allies himself with Syl, and right up until the very end, he's evil. Basically, he doesn't get his senses back till right to the end, and as he's going off to rescue Perry, he then gets taken out of time and space and ends up on the space station scene at the start of Trial of the Time Lord. And this story, you get the idea that something bad is going to happen. The Doctor's already turned by this point. The score is foreboding. Perry says that basically she's getting homesick. She wants to settle down somewhere. So he's like, she's going to leave. But is she going to leave with King Ikanos, who is played by Brian Blessed? Yeah, Brian Blessed is in Doctor Who. Wow. He's just magnificent. He's Brian Blessed. How can you describe him in any other way? He's Brian Blessed playing a warrior king, and he's having a time of his life. I would try to recreate some of the stuff he says or whatever, but I can't do it. I'm not Brian Blessed. But he's brilliant. I was watching an interview with him on the disc, and he's a lifelong Doctor Who fan. And he's having a great time. He's great alongside Colin Baker. He has brilliant chemistry with Nicola Bryant. And so, yeah, when what happens at the end, I don't want to spoil it for those that haven't seen it, because the ending is shocking. I mean, it's almost 40 years old. If you don't know by now, then, well, where have you been living under a rock? But I'm not going to say what happens. But Nicola Bryant is phenomenal in her last scene. The scene is so... Oh, fuck it. I'm going to say it anyway. Cover your hands... Well, cover your ears with your hands over the next few seconds, but yeah. Spoiler alert, Perry dies. Off screen. That's one of the shocking things about this. She's tied down to the bed. She's about to be... her mind's about to be probed, wiped, cleansed by Dr. Crozier, who is one of the all-time great Doctor Who villains, because he's understated. He's not chewing the scenery or whatever. He's not doing it to conquer the universe. He's doing it to advance his career, to make himself famous. And basically, he wants to put people's brains inside other bodies so they can live forever. And he finds a way of doing that by putting thought transference across some. So basically, essence of that person is into another person, and that old person is dead. And that's what happens to Perry. She's strapped to a table, she's being all glib, and then she gets mouth stuffed over with that. And then the next time we see her, she's Kiv, Sill's boss. Perry's dead. Perry's died off screen, and her last scene where she just that voice out, "Protect me, I am your lord and master." And it's just like, holy fuck, it's still shocking to this day, almost 40 years later. And I know Big Finish have retconned it. Well, no, they've added to it. JNT retconned it. And it's brilliant. She has her faith in the Doctor destroyed by the Doctor. In this one scene where he's torturing her when she's tied to some rocks. It's disturbing as hell. Because it's like, the fans at this point are like, Perry's like, where's the Doctor? Why is he doing this? And yeah, the Doctor, when in the trial scene, says that this is not how it happened. It was obviously a ploy, and he has no memory of it, so he doesn't know it's a ploy. But he's adamant the Matrix is lying. And Valiant's like, no, the Matrix doesn't lie. This is what you did, and all that lot. And the ending, when he sees Perry or Perry's body get killed by King Yukanos. By the way, spoilers now. No spoilers, I should say. And he's adamant that basically something's going on. The Time Lords are responsible for Perry's death. Oh yeah, spoiler. Time Lords are responsible for Perry's death, and he's going to find out what it is. And Colin Baker gives his angry growl performance. He's very rarely given before in Doctor Who. And he's brilliant. He is fighting now. He's no longer seen it as a waste of time or whatever. Something is afoot. The Time Lords are messing him around. It's no wonder that in bloody Hellbent he went insane when he realised the Time Lords were responsible for Clara's death. It's the second time I've done it. But yeah, the ending is phenomenal. I think it was during this story that Eric Saywood quit. Because the next story that would be produced would be the season finale, Ultimate Foe, with Terror of the Third Voice being produced after. Well, the Ultimate Foe, I'll talk about it in my next video. Well, not my next one, but when I get to Ultimate Foe. Basically, there was no script editor, so I think it's during this one that Eric Saywood actually quit as script editor. And to be fair, it's a good story for him to walk out on. I'm going to give this story a solid 8 out of 10. I love it. I love Mindwarp. It's brilliant. Colin Baker's great. Brian Blessed is great. Nabil Shaban is Syl. I'm not a huge fan of Syl, but I think he's better here than he's in Vengeance on Faust, when he's quite scheming, he's manipulative, because he's trying to look out for his own self-preservation, basically. And it's great, yeah. 8 out of 10. The score is phenomenal. The cliffhangers are all really good as well. If you're going to watch any story from Trial of Time Lord, watch Mindwarp. I cannot praise this story enough. There are some downsides to it. Colin Baker, when he's first acting like a child, whatever, he doesn't quite pull it off. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he wasn't directed well enough in those scenes. But apart from that, I do love the story. The scenes where the TARDIS materialises in the ocean at Brighton, and, well, okay, it's Brighton in real life, but in the show it's on Forest Beta, and the skies are a different colour. You've got Twin Planet Forest Alpha in the distance. It's gorgeous. It's such a beautiful scene. Yeah, I love this story. I love Mindwarp. So yeah, 8 out of 10. My next review will be for Terror of the Vervoids. Hopefully not too long. And yeah, basically, as I record this story, or as I record this review, it's scary times for us all. We're still in pandemic, at the tail end of pandemic, and Russia has invaded Ukraine, and we're all on a war footing. One thing after another, innit, my friends? But yeah, you do what you need to do to keep you going through this time, whether it's watching Doctor Who or posting memes or just listening to music, reading a book, or whatever helps you through this time. Keep doing it. Don't let anyone bring you down for doing it. And hopefully it won't be too long for my next review. I'll see you all soon. Good luck, everyone.